I see y'all been driving a big rig, right? With that CNL plastered on the trailer? From what I gathered, those boxes you've been leaving on the road, you've met the C. I'm the L.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh. And today we're here to talk about Logan and Fear the Walking Dead. Did they kill the character off too soon?
That is an interesting question. This article comes from Screen Rant, and we're going to be dissecting this. And this is basically, did Fear the Walking Dead make a mistake by killing off Logan?
Now, I loved Rusty.
Okay. Matt Fuhrer. yeah, Matt Fuhrer, yeah.
I absolutely, from the first moment that Logan got on the CB, on the radio, I'm like, that's awesome. I can't wait to see more of Logan. And to be honest, I don't think we really got much of Logan. I don't think we got enough.
Yeah, there's the word right there, enough. So we got introduced to him in the premiere of season 5, and he was a recurring character all the way through episode 13, where he was immediately killed by Ginny, who we're assuming is the main protagonist.
The new villain.
The new villain in this. At first we thought it was Logan, and I like the aspect of it because Logan and Polar Bear first started out wanting to help people. And we got the backstory of Logan, which was awesome, to where he was desperately trying to help a woman on the radio who was about to be killed by walkers. And he didn't get there in time.
Yeah.
And his sense of morality and things like that went out the door. Ginny and his people found him, and she tricked him, mind controlled him to say there's a better way to do this. We're doing the same thing you are, but we're doing it differently.
I think that, I don't know if Ginny used that situation, but she got to him at a vulnerable time.
Yeah, he was just devastated.
Yeah, and
devastated.
And what's unfortunate about all this is we found out that backstory, and I loved the way they did it. Absolutely,
very late.
I loved the way that they put that backstory in there, but it was late. And what do you know? Was it the same episode?
I think it was his death episode. Yeah.
The same episode they killed him.
Yeah, I mean, he found redemption. He was also about to let another girl die, but when Wes and Alicia and Strand saved her, he was like, oh man, I guess it can happen. And he had redemption. And what this article was talking about was, even though he could have joined Morgan's group, I really don't think he would have been on board immediately with their philosophy.
No, but can you honestly sit back, and I know that you're with me on this, but can you honestly sit back and say Logan's story was finished right there in episode 13, regardless if he wasn't killed?
Definitely not.
That his story was done?
No,
absolutely not.
And that's what makes it sad. I mean, Matt Fuhrer is a great actor, and we really liked Logan.
Yeah.
Just of how at first we thought he was the villain. It was like, okay, this is interesting. He's got a crew.
He kind of was for a bit.
He didn't want to fight. He was he was fine.
You and I talked about that.
Yeah.
If he was a villain, he was a weak one because he didn't want to murder anyone.
He didn't want to murder anybody.
Yeah.
And a lot of people hated that part of the episode where he blocked off the road and he was just sitting there talking with Morgan, and he could have just killed him right away. But that's not who Logan was.
That wasn't who he was.
He was wanting the fuel. He was wanting to get to the fuel, and either for himself or for Ginny.
I think it was for Ginny.
I think it was mostly for Ginny.
Mm-hmm.
And he was killed, and Ginny killed him basically because he wasn't getting the job done, and he was expendable. But I do agree with you. We didn't get enough of him, and getting a backstory in the same episode where he dies.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if, I don't know, The Walking Dead did that? I mean, of course, these are different shows, but just think of a character that we got a backstory on that you liked, and then they die in the same episode. It could have happened. Let us know in the comments. It's just so many characters right now.
It probably did.
It may have happened, but
I'm trying to think of an episode that was dedicated to someone like the Morgan IKEA or whatever. What's it called?
IKEA.
IKEA. The karate. What's the karate thing that he knows?
Oh, the
Kyoto?
Keto?
Keto, the diet.
Oh, it's Keto, the diet. You're talking about the guy who trained him?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I was trying to reference the actual karate or whatever discipline that he learned. Yeah. But that episode, I was trying to think, okay, did we... But his friend that he met in that episode, Morgan, wasn't around for 5 or 6 episodes before like Logan was, right?
Yeah.
So I was just trying to think of another character that we possibly may have met and gotten used to, and then found their backstory out and killed right away like that.
Gotcha.
And I can't think of any.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. But what makes this crazy though is Logan's character was the symbolism of season 5, and his character wrapped around the entire story of that season, of them finding the polar bear's place, wanting to do the boxes. It actually started in season 4 a little bit.
It did,
but it was
crazy.
It was really part with season 5 was pushing more on that, and to get Logan to a point to where he finds redemption in a sense to where he could have joined our crew if he could. To then he gets killed, and now late in the season, now it's all about this new team, Ginny and the Pioneers, who are very weird. And yeah, I just wish that I think they could have done more with Logan's character.
Yeah, I think so too. You bring up a point, and that it brings in Ginny. It brings in a new villain, and possibly the overall villain, right, of that season. But the problem, though, is like that. We got that like episode 13.
Mm-hmm.
He died. Ginny makes her grand appearance, and then we have like 3 more episodes to really establish Ginny as the main villain. And
right.
I just don't think it went over well. I just don't think it was structured well enough.
It didn't go over well with the fans because they kind of said at the end of season 5 is we'll see the big change, which is going to roll us into season 6. Yeah, that big change happened in the finale with splitting everybody up. And it kind of just left Logan's character in the dust. It kind of left their whole philosophy in the dust because they were trying to then deal with Ginny finding a new place, wanting to continue the boxes, but they were so far away from what they were going to do. They just didn't have the time to okay, we just have to find a new place and then figure out the boxes.
It made that story pointless.
It did.
To the whole season.
In the end.
And the season before that.
Yeah.
It made what they were doing just completely pointless.
Yeah, it's out the door now. So now it's a season 6.
Because you're never going to go back to that.
No.
They're not going to be like, hey, let's escape Ginny, but still put out more boxes.
No,
that ship has sailed.
People were getting annoyed by that towards the end. So I was fine with them kind of ditching it. But it just made it irrelevant.
But bring some point to that. Like, bring it, make it relevant to what we're talking about. And it is in a way. Because Morgan's talking to Ginny saying, look, we can do this.
Right. I mean, it was kind of like, we're hoping like maybe we'd meet some new characters along the way. Yes, we got Wes. We met the one guy who said he was missing his sister, and they found his sister, and then he dies. And it's like, oh my God, all these people. And it's just crazy. And I'm...
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we got a little off track, but more Logan, I just thought there was more to that character. I really did.
There really was. I think they could have done something better with him. I loved how they did his character in the beginning. I loved how he had a change of heart. He kind of saw that there could be some good in this world to help save people, basically to redeem himself from not saving that woman. Having Wes and Alicia save that other woman, it was kind of like, okay, it put something in his head I think I could do this.
I mean, I could you imagine, I would have loved a scene like this where maybe Logan had gotten away from that oil refinery, and somehow Logan is actually the guy that saves Morgan in the end.
That would have been sweet.
That would have been cool.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Logan would save Morgan.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
God, why couldn't we have gotten that?
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, Logan may not have... it would probably take him a while to get fully on board with what they wanted to do. But I think having him save Morgan would have really redeemed himself. And then, maybe in season 6 if something happened with Ginny, if he died, fine. But at least he would have done the right thing and really did a complete 180 for the group and for Morgan, who they've been battling the whole season. Because, Morgan went to save a person and it was Logan who tricked him. I mean, Logan was a little diabolical the way that he did things, but he just wanted his property back.
Yeah. He just wanted what was his.
He wanted what was his.
But yeah, I mean, to have that scene that I was talking about, obviously Logan would have had to
get away.
well, get away, but also because remember he was on Ginny's side, so there would have been something that Ginny said or did that would have caused him to say, "Okay, this isn't what you promised. You're not doing you're not doing the things that you said you were going to do." And I think she reveals that, but unfortunately, after she caps him.
You can honestly say, like, if he stayed alive and Ginny showed up, and how Ginny was forcing Luciana to stay and make the fuel, I think that maybe something could have snapped within Logan and changed his mind. Because also the guy who Dwight let go, even though he came back and was still working for them and still trying to, kill them, he could have done something there too, like, oh, this guy let me go, and it kind of could have changed Logan's mind a little bit, and then, like you said, he could have went off and disapproved. But the way Ginny was, it wasn't going to happen. She probably would have shot him in the back.
Yeah, I guess Logan's fate probably was sealed. Yeah, the minute that she got there, but it's just unfortunate. I thought it was a really good character. I thought it was an early demise.
Yeah, so
it was an early demise.
It was an early demise. Yeah, so if you guys are Fear the Walking Dead fans, definitely let us know in the comments your thoughts of what did you think about Logan and Matt Fuhrer's character. We absolutely adored him. We loved him from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and we were just super excited to see him. We loved seeing him with the long build hat on. It just reminded us of
fish.
And the fly fish,
get it off of him.
So let us know in the comments your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, and stay tuned for more Fear the Walking Dead news, theories, and everything else we have here on the channel. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.